Hi guys, welcome back. So I honestly don't know where to start today. Let's just say this, I've been going on a deep dive through time recently. As in just, these old shows, the lost media. Especially for me, with my time, it was the late 2000s, to early 2010s kind of stuff, especially think the old school Nickelodeon and Disney Channel or Playhouse Disney, whatever they called it. PBS Kids too, I'm sure. That kind of stuff. And I just wanted to open up with the fact that I will always love that kind of stuff, and I'm very proud to show it. As you could see the Diego apron and then some of the stuff that I have on my back wall. So I thought I just wanted to open that with that for any newcomers to the channel. But to get to the main point of this, I've been, particularly this time, I've been looking at stuff that was even before my time. This was popular before I came around. That you're probably going how do you know all this stuff if this was before you? Well, there's a little thing called Google. I just looked these up on the Google and the YouTube, and it's some pretty awesome stuff as well. So think the 90s and the early 2000s shows. So Rugrats and Arnold, Wild Thornberrys, if you guys out there do know. But I found this one show that, I've accumulated all of this over time. But I don't even know how I got to this particular show that we're going to be talking about today. I think it was I was looking at some vintage Nickelodeon bumpers of the 80s to the mid 2000s. And I saw this come up and I thought, what is this? What even is this show? And I thought it was pretty cool from the start. But then upon actually looking it up, I thought this is a dream come true right here. So this show, if you're wondering what it actually is, it's called Rocket Power. Does anybody remember this show? If you grew up in the 90s or the early 2000s, you probably might know what this is. But there's even folks from my time that are what are you even talking about? Well, cool stuff is what it is, okay? In fact, I actually did, I believe this was the last video that I put up. It was a sing and read Rocket Power book about, it was the Rocket Power team members singing a Beach Boys song, which was even before the show. But I thought, that we would kind of talk about this today. So basically to sum it up, it's these guys on their skateboards and surfboards and whatnot, mountain bikes. I thought, hey, yeah, that's pretty cool. But the heart of the show, this is what roped me in. This is what got me into the show so much, was the extension of the California dream lifestyle, the endless summer, they're locals right by the beach. And considering my whole connection to that, I've had a lifelong connection to anything about the beach and the ocean. Anybody who has known me for a long time will know about that connection. And so this is what got me into Rocket Power, that right there. So I thought I would talk about today some custom projects that I have been working on that go with this right here. This is an official Reggie Funko Pop, who is my favorite character of the show. Those of you guys that don't know what this is, I'll put some links in the description that you can check out that talk about the show. I'm just trying to, do the bare minimum that's like just about the show. So, for our friends who do know what the show is, you can follow along easy. But this is my Reggie Funko Pop. She is my favorite character out of the show. Like, the thing that I loved about her was, like, just because she was, like, the main female did not mean that she could not be, just as good at, like, the sports and the action-packed activities as much as the boys were. She was really impressive. And I'm glad to have this Funko Pop of her. She was part of my Christmas Joy, I want to say last year or the year before last. But I would think, I'm working on the collection while I talk here. I would think that with a show like this, that you would think that it's relatively talked about now. Like, that Funko Pop was from, let me look at the copyright 2024. You guys see that under her head there? 2024, copyright Viacom International. All rights reserved. And I would think that, probably with a show like Rocket Power is like, it's still getting the love now, especially with a Funko Pop like this. And I saw videos on YouTube of people opening, like, there was like a vintage alarm clock. That's like, it had the spinning base and it rotated. And it played the Rocket Power theme song. As well, which I just thought was really neat. So, I mean, I think with Rocket Power getting the love these days, that I would even think, for me, as somebody who did not experience the show firsthand, I think that even today's kids are missing out. Like, some would probably be clueless about what Rocket Power is, but we are going to try to fix that. So, this right here, I made the Shore Shack. This is part of a collection that I'm making for Reggie. I'm making a whole collection of little pieces for my Reggie Rocket Funko Pop. Similar to like the American Girl historical collections are. How they have all those little pieces and parts in that. And another thing that I wanted to talk about with like something that I really do wish that they could do with Rocket Power. Hold on just a minute. Just digging around in my paints here. There we go. Is like something that I really wish that people would see, and this connects back to what drew me into the show, is the idea and the concept of the endless summer lifestyle, in particular drawing it back to the 1960s, because I can see a lot of similarities between that and Rocket Power. They were both set in California. Lot of like the surfing action, seashore, and the laid back lifestyle that was part of that. I mean, obviously when they were actually on the boards, it was pretty action packed. But with so many parallels that I have noticed, that it's like, I know that I am not the only one who thinks that, because like another thing that I'm really connected with is music, right? And I would think that for me, what would be so cool is like so this became another thing, like a huge archetype, I guess, of summer that started in the late 50s and the early 60s, which is way before this show even came out. Like, this is from when, like, my grands were kids, okay? But needless to say that this is when, like, so think like Dick Dale and the Deltones, or the Shantays or the Surfaris. I think that songs like that really do deserve to go with Rocket Power. That's what I was, talking about in that last video, that like I did that book about the Meet the Nicktoons sing and read along edition of Rocket Power to the Surfin' Safari, which is one of those songs. And I just really think that that's neat, that they are indeed connected. At least I think that they are connected. I know that I am not the only one who sees that connection. And I just think that that's really, really cool. To understand, like, the fact that how they would be connected, even though I don't know if it was really emphasized that much in the show, but like, you guys have probably heard these songs before. You just did not know what they were called, but there's like they play them in like just about like every beach party movie, like, or it's like if there's like a scene they're going on like a beach vacation or something, and they like, this is a song that they'll normally choose and to play in the background is like the Wipeout with like the drum solo and like that ha 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 Wipeout, or like the Pipeline Ventures Shantae. I don't know who did it first. I think it was Shantae's. I think it was Shantae's. It was like da na 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 na. But like with stuff like that is part of like that's what Rocket Power means for me. And I just would really think that that's neat, who I could share that connection with, especially, connecting with the show on such a deeper level than that. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, it's just working on more of the pieces for Reggie's collection. But like, I was gonna show you the Shore Shack. So like, for those of you who did grow up with the show, this is like maximum nostalgia. I know that I'm like just learning about this, but like, that's the Shore Shack. And I will do the inside as well. So there's more coming. And then of course my Reggie. So cute. So I guess I don't really have a whole lot much else to say, other than the fact that Rocket Power is amazing. Littles, you guys should look it up. Such a cool show. Such a cool show. But it means so much more for me than just the whole extreme sports aspect that's like on the surface level. Like, the fact that these, and like, I love this show so much that it's like, especially think like Squid, the Squid guy, Sam Dollard, but sometimes they call him the Squid. Like, he was a little bit late to the game in, like what all he could do, but like, I mean, I guess that's kind of like me. Ish, like I can ride a bike and I can roller skate. Like we've been riding bikes around the front yard this spring break, which is really fun. But never learned how to skateboard, never learned how to surf. Probably, maybe I might see something coming. I don't know. I did learn how to boogie board, actually, with my my Uncle Kyle, in, I believe it was a trip to South Carolina, I think. So I guess maybe that's kind of a start. But very awesome show nonetheless. And like, I thought I could just live vicariously through them. So that's probably it. If you're interested in seeing more of the collection, please make sure that you let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, so that you don't miss more awesome videos. And I will see you later. So, woogity, woogity, woogity. If you know, you know. Okay, for real this time. Bye, guys.